Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy DonDon Gang with another My Team video. In today's video, we're going to go over the packable, quote-unquote packable players. Not 100% sure yet of how everything in this section is supposed to work, but we're going to go over all the cards and their entirety. So, as y'all can see, we're going over all 5 of these Kobe Bryant cards and all 7 of these Shaq cards. If I'm doing my math correctly, should be 5 Kobe's and it should be 7 Shaqs. So we have here an Endgame Kobe, an Invincible Kobe, a Supernova Kobe, a 75 Kobe, and a My Team Anniversary Kobe, an Endgame Shaquille O'Neal, an Invincible Shaquille O'Neal, a Swish Shaquille O'Neal, a Galactic Shaquille O'Neal, a Flash Glitch Shaquille O'Neal, 75th, and a My Team Anniversary one. So we're going to go over all these Shaq first because all the Shaq cards are a lot more confusing. So we have the My Team Anniversary one, the 75th, the Glitched, Galactic, Swish, and Invincible. So let's go over them. So first of all, the My Team Anniversary. So what I've noticed about the My Team Anniversary is that it has its own section. So what the My Team Anniversary is basically is the 15 cards that you will need to lock in for a endgame option pack, if I'm not mistaken, or a Dark Matter option pack. I'm not 100% sure how that works just yet, but we all know what Shaq's going to do. Center, power forward, 7'1", 7'7" wingspan, hot zones everywhere, none for 3, 19 golds, 30 Hall of Fame badges. Basically just your typical regular power within Shaq. Can finish, can play defense, but definitely lackluster in shooting and in the playmaking. Tendency-wise, can't steal the ball, but 99 block and shot contest. Shaquille based on very quick, basic cleaner, and can't dribble really because of his... Oh, actually, no, you can dribble with Kobe escape and with the Steph Curry behind the back. But that's really all this Shaq can do. So definitely not ideal of a Shaq. Definitely the worst Shaq to get, in my opinion. Next up, we have the 75th one, which, like I said, is the same as that other Shaqs. But this time, this one has 2 Hall of Fame, 2 extra hot zones, which are from the corners. 15 gold, 55 Hall of Fame badges. Every single finishing badge, defensive badge, and playmaking badge in the game. Basically, mostly all the shooting badges that you probably would want on a Shaq, but definitely missing blinders, chef, lucky, mismatch, slippery, and stop and pop. 99 everything besides in the shooting, which is at 83, which is typical. 100 block and shot contest, 98 on ball steal. Shaq based on very quick, normal leaner, quick dribble style, and can dribble really good. And since he's underweight, he can't pull off those dribbles. So definitely, so far, the best Shaq so far that we've had so far. Going over all these Shaqs, definitely the best. Next up, Flash Glitched one. This one has every single hot zones everywhere. 24 golds, 50 Hall of Fame badges, every single shooting badge on Hall of Fame, every single defensive badge, playmaking badge, and finishing badge in the game, but most of the playmaking badges are on gold. Definitely missing ankle breakers, ball stripper, floor general, mismatch, giant, and teardropper. And this one is basically like a in-game invincible card. 99 everything besides its 86 perimeter defense. Tendencies, perfect, 100 block and shot contest, 98 on ball steal. Shaq based still on very quick, normal leaner, quick dribble style, but can still dribble. So all around, Shaq, this Flash Glitch Shaq is definitely number 1. Second is the 75th one, and last is so far the anniversary one. Moving on to the Galactic Shack, this one is 11 golds and 45 Hall of Fame badges. So this is just like a little bit upgraded. Well, actually, no, maybe not. Take that back. Maybe not. Maybe not, actually. So if we go to O'Neal, hold up. This one looks exactly like... Where is it? It looks just like this Shaq. This one just has hot zones. Yeah, so these Shaqs are basically... So the Anniversary and the Galactic are basically the same exact cards. It's just that the Galactic one has a little bit better stats in certain things with the +3, +4, 3-pointer, +4, and a couple of other stats. Every single defensive badge in the game on Hall of Fame. Every single playmaking badge on Hall of Fame as well. But the other one does have corner specialist compared to that one. So these are pretty much the exact same cards. So whichever one is cheaper... if you guys just want a Shaq, get whichever one of these two are cheaper. But those are definitely going to be the cheapest of the Shaqs. Next up, we have out of position Shaq. Okay, Swish Shaq. Point guard center, 7'1". Oh, I already went over all the stats. Hot zones everywhere, 22 goals, 50 Hall of Fame badges. Every single finishing badge, defensive badge, and playmaking badge in the game. Definitely a lot more shooting badges added on to him. Definitely the best Shaq so far, especially him being out of position. Still has Shaq based on very quick, though. So, having to compare him to the other Shaq that we had gone over, which was the 75th one. It looks like it might be similar to this one. So no, it's not. So this Swish set Shaq is better in the playmaking, but and a little bit better in the shooting. But the 75 one is better in the finishing, defense, and speed. Badge wise though, has these 3 badges on Hall of Fame. A lot more playmaking badges on Hoff, but this one does have Hall of Fame floor general. This Shaq has a lot more shooting badges added on to him, but this one has defensive, Deadeye, and Hoff sniper. So these Shaqs are pretty much identical, but it just depends on which one do you want. Do you want an opposition one that plays just like this one, or do you want just a little better overall card? But going over the flash glitched one compared to this one, these Shaqs, the glitch Shaq has a lot more shooting badges, but the Swish Shaq has a lot more Hall of Fame playmaking and defensive badges as well. Stat wise, the flash glitch one has a better shooting, but the Swish one has better speed, perimeter defense, and inside scoring. So far all the Shaqs are legitimately copy and paste each other. Going to the Invincible, this one has 9 gold, 65 Hall of Fame badges. Every single badge in the game, basically, just like any other Shaq, missing a couple shooting badges. Tendency is the same old regular Shaq's base, normal timing. So yeah, just like every other Shaq, he's basically similar to the last 3 Shaqs we've been over, the 75th and the glitched one. But going over to obviously the end game Shaq, not too much to go over. Every single badge in the game, Hall of Fame, 99 everything. Tendency is legitly perfect. But they gave him set shot 25, Dame upper, very quick, Trae Young leaner. So this is definitely the best Shaq. So going over all the Shaqs in their entirety, I think the Myteam Anniversary one is the worst. It goes Myteam Anniversary, Shaquille O'Neal, Galactic, and then these 2 you can kind of just debate about which ones, because like the glitch one's has a lot more Hall of Fame shooting badge, but this one's a little bit better all around for our Shaq. So it just depends on which one you really want between them. I think this Shaq is definitely the 3rd best Shaq just because he actually can play point guard and he's a little more out of position, but it's equally as good as both of these cards. This Shaq is definitely just like the regular old Invincible Shaq card. Like there's nothing different between the 2 of the old Lakers Shaq and this Miami Heat Shaq. But all around, this endgame Shaq is the best Shaq in the game that we're probably going to see ever. So definitely, if you guys have the MT, pick up this Shaq. If not, go between one of these 3 Shaqs. Either the glitched or the 75th. Or if you just want an opposition Shaq, get the Swish one. Now going over the Kobe Bean Bryant, my favorite card of all time, my favorite player of all time. Let's go over his nice looking 5 cards. So, oops, that's Shaq. My bad. Kobe Bryant, shooting guard, small forward, 6'6", 6'11" wingspan. Everything is gonna basically stay the same. Sig wise, 35 goals, 30 Hall of Fame badges. So what it looks like is that all the NBA 7 Myteam Anniversary cards are basically just like the hero cards of last season, which is like they're similar, but they're still like a little worse. So Kobe has every single shooting badge in the game, a lot of good playmaking badges, a lot of good defensive badges, and as well as that, all the basic shooting badges. 90 plus in all the stats that matter. 85 rebounding, 84 rebounding, 89 block, 86 interior, 85 strength. Tendencies, 100 on ball steal, 97 block and shot contest. Kobe base. But they gave it to him on normal. Oh no. Y'all do not get this card. Do not get this card. Maybe he might get updated later on when the actual season does drop to very quick, which most likely it will. But for right now, with this jump shot being on normal, don't even look at this card. Everything else though, sig-wise, is pretty much going to be the same. Pro 2, not really good. So yeah, definitely avoid getting this card. So far, this Myteam Anniversary, 2K making a big deal about it in their blog the other day. So far, it's not starting off to the hottest. Shaq, Kobe, both not very good. Moving on to the NBA 75 Kobe. Say the player build of him is the same. 21 golds, 55 Hall of Fame badges. Every single shooting badge, playmaking badge, and defensive badge in the game. Missing box, rise up, putback box, and hook specialist. 90 plus in every single stat besides as a 75 driving standing dunk. Sigs are exactly, the defensive tendencies are exactly the same. Kobe based on very quick, Pro 2 leaner, shitty dribble style, but every single Kobe sig as well. So it's definitely one of the best Kobe's that we have right now in the game. Definitely very nice. Going over the Supernova Kobe. So this is probably going to be the Froby that we're going to get since this one has the 8 on his jersey. This will probably be Froby Kobe. 24 golds, 50 Hall of Fame badges. Every single finishing badge on him. So basically it's the exact same as the other 75th one, but this one's a little bit worse with taking off a little bit more Hall of Fame badges and taking off rim protector and worm. 85 rebounding, 85, 84 rebounding, 90 plus in every other stat. 89 block though, everything else is 90 and up. 100 basically tendencies are the same. Kobe base, so everything sig wise is basically the same. So far going over the Kobe's, definitely would say the My Team Anniversary one definitely the worst. Then it goes Supernova, and then the My Team 75 so far. Next up, we have Invincible Froby. Obviously, this one's shooting guard, point guard. So finally, we got a point guard Kobe. I don't know why they didn't put Froby Kobe as the background, but have his player. I don't get why they didn't just put both of them being Froby. But moving on. 13 goals, 65 Hall of Fame badges, every single shooting badge on Hoff, every single defensive badge in the game besides Worm, every single playmaking badge in the game, every single finishing badge besides Rise Up. 99 stats all around. Tendencies, exactly the same. Kobe based on very quick, still Pro 2 leaner, and everything else is exactly the same. So if y'all really want to rock with the Froby, I would advise you guys getting the Invincible or maybe the Supernova. Just looking at the Supernova one, it looks like since he's wearing number 8, that will be Froby Kobe. So either get this one or get the Invincible. If you want to play Kobe at point guard, Invincible is definitely the way to go, or will be his endgame card. Moving on to the endgame Kobe. Point guard, shooting guard, 80 Hall of Fame badges, as you guys can see. 99 on every single stat. Perfect tendencies. They give him jump shot 3 on very quick. Trae Young. So basically everything else sig-wise are basically the same as mostly all the other end game cards. So if y'all want going over all the Kobe's in their entirety, it's literally how it's set up. My Team Anniversary, Supernova, NBA 75, Froby, Kobe, Invincible, and then Endgame. So the only 2 Kobe's I can run, basically they're out of position, which is point guard Kobe, which is his Invincible, and his Endgame card. But this 75 one, so it looks like both the NBA 75 ones are pretty solid cards for them, for both Shaq and Kobe. Now, I don't know if it's just going to be, these are the only cards in packs, and everything else you're going to pull is going to be from like the base set, the Series 1 set, the dynamic rating set, the heat checks. I don't know how packs are going to be pulled and how that will work, but I'm just going over the cards that we know are coming out, all these Kobe's and Shaqs. Some of them are pretty solid, some of them are not so great, and at least one of them are out of position or just don't run their regular position. So yeah, but what I have noticed, it looks like what 2K are doing is kind of making so like each version of that player gets like, I guess like a version of them. So like Shaq, you see a Cavaliers Shaq, a Magic Shaq, a Miami Heat Shaq, a Suns Shaq, a Boston Celtics Shaq, and a Lakers Shaq. Kobe, he only played on the Lakers, but as you can see, you have the Frobies, then you have the regular 24 Kobe. So it kind of just, I'm guessing that's kind of how they're doing it with these packs. They're just kind of putting them on their different teams or like their respected decades or versions of themselves. I don't know how it all works, but all around though, all these cards are not too shabby. Definitely advise you guys getting some cards over others. But other than that though, if you guys did like the video, please leave a like on the video, obviously. Y'all want to stay up to date with all my content, please subscribe to the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.